Hello, Wake Forest student body. My name is Suyash Keshari, and I'm excited and humbled to say that I'm running for student government president. For the past year, I've been in physical planning committee as a co-chair, and through that committee, along with my committee, we've affected a lot of tangible change which directly affects you. For instance, anything in the pit, from pasta station, Chobani bar, the vegan station, new omelette bar, new seating at the pit, and like 82 or so charging ports has been affected through my committee along with Deacon Dining Commission in the past 2 semesters. We also worked with parking and transportation and were able to convince them into having student parking on campus in different lots from 5 p.m. To 8 a.m. Earlier, these lots mostly were 24/7 staff and faculty, so you could not park there and you could get tickets at like 2 a.m. But my current platform is based on 3 pillars which are tangible and directly affect every student on this campus. Constituent connection being my first pillar, second pillar being student rep committees, and third pillar being student equity. So in constituent connection, I have 3 things. First, we as student government leaders and representatives, we ask different bodies or different organizations and constituents for their votes, but we never report back to them. I guarantee you, a majority of the students do not know what student government does. A lot of them may even treat student government as a club for poli-sci majors. But I'd like to assure them that it's much more than that. And the only way I can assure them is reporting back to them. So my plan is for senators to go monthly to different organizations which meet formally and report back on what we've been doing this month, what we plan to do next month, and how can we help them. Second part of the platform is connecting through student athletes and connecting to them in different ways, because student athletes, by the virtue of their busy schedules, are not able to connect well with the student body because of their busyness of the schedule and having a life of an athlete. So reaching out to student athlete advisory committee, which currently already exists but has no ties to student government, reaching out to them, seeing how we can address student athlete grievances, and also seeing how we can come together and hold different events together. Third part is connecting to the Winston-Salem community. All of us are very aware of this nice bubble that we live in, and we don't know much about it, about things beyond this bubble. The past leadership did an excellent job in connecting with different student governments of Winston-Salem, for example, UNCSA, Winston-Salem State, and Salem College. I want to take this a step further and affect tangible initiatives and take tangible initiatives. To start off with, maybe a philanthropy event downtown in Winston-Salem, jointly hosted by all 4 institutions for the benefit of maybe, say, child education fund for Winston-Salem to start off with. Second part of my platform, or rather the second pillar, is student rep committees. The reason we've been able to change so much in Deacon Dining or Dining Commission is because we have a student rep committee called Deacon Dining Commission. We've been able to talk to them on a regular basis and address student concerns. So having those kind of committees in 4 departments which directly affect students. Dining, we already have that, revamping that and moving it forward. Res Life and Housing, Parking and Transportation, and Academics. Having student rep committees in all 4 of those departments can serve as a liaison for students as well as administrators. So these committees will focus not only for student government people, because right now as it works in Deacon Dining Commission, any member can bring a member of the student body to provide constructive criticism, not in student government. So these committees will also work that way. For instance, if I hear from someone who's interested to talk to, say, Res Life and Housing, he or she can come to this committee with me. And third pillar of my platform is student equity, and equity in terms of representation. Being an international student, I know how important it is for every voice to be heard. Right now, there exists glaring inequalities within student government. For example, we have a large population of international Chinese students, but not even one international Chinese student in student government. We appoint a lot of senators to fill up the positions that are empty. Being very deliberate about those positions can go a long way in serving different ideological identity and different constituents and different groups. So being very deliberate about that, and exec will take care of that. I personally will take care of that. And second part of equity is access to resources. Every student depending on their major, should have access to their major buildings after hours so that they're able to study, they're able to access classrooms, billboards, etc. Similarly, access to services. A lot of people on this campus, a lot of students are much more comfortable in their native language and they're not able to approach counselors because they're rather speaking, for example, Mandarin or Spanish. So having multilingual counselors in counseling center and having multilingual administrators in the intercultural center, that'll go a long way in connecting or representing or helping the students which feel that they cannot speak to anyone right now. Again, I'm an international student, so I know how it feels, and every three pillar of my platform and everything within that is tangible and achievable. And I intend to think differently and reach every student by this. Once again, thank you for letting me speak, and thank you.